All right, so let's continue forward with another example of how to add using a number line. Okay, they want me to complete the steps, which we're going to talk about right here, to find the sum of -2 plus 3, and then model the equation using straight arrows called vectors. All right, so we have some new vocabulary coming in. We're no longer going to be doing this. We're going to think a little bit higher on the scale of mathematics, and we're going to just go straight into drawing arrows to kind of reduce some of the mess that we see on our number lines, okay? So the first thing I need to do is, and let's find our number line here. It's on the second page. I don't like that, how it's cut off like that. But using this number line, we're going to do -2 plus 3, okay? So first, where should we always start whenever we are working with number lines? You should remember from lesson 1. Right, I should always start at 0, okay? So I'm going to start the tail of my arrow, which I now know to be called a vector, on 0, okay? And then we're going to draw the arrow or vector 2 units to the left of 0 and stop at, well, if I start at 0, okay, and I move to the left 2 spaces, I'm going to end on -2. And the direction of the arrow is to the, well, we drew an arrow to the left since we were counting down from 0 to get to -2. You understand? Okay, and at any time, if you don't understand, please leave a comment on this video so that we can get your questions answered. All right. Now, then after we draw that arrow from -2, this is very important. We're going to start the next arrow at the end of the first arrow, or at, where did we stop? -2, right? So we're going to start the next arrow at -2, okay? And then if we are adding 3, I want you to think about where we're going on the number line to add a +3. And we're going to come over to our number line, start our arrow right here at the -2 where we stopped last. And then I'm going to add 3. 1, 2, 3, going to the right because we're adding a +3. And then let's see. We draw the second arrow 3 units to the right, and then we stopped at, let's look at the end of that second arrow that we drew. I see that I stopped at +1, okay? So we're going to fill in that last blank with the number 1. So let's look at this some more. Let's repeat the process that we just did to do the expression 3 plus -2, okay? I know I should always start at 0, so I'm going to start my first arrow there. And this time, I'm going to move 3 spaces to the right, and I'm going to place my vector there. Remember that arrow is called a vector. It's showing movement in space. And I stop at 3. And now I need to add the -2. So which direction am I going to go on my number line to add that -2? That's right, I have to go to the left. So 1, 2. Okay, and this time I stop, this time I stop on +1 also. So what can we say about the sum of -2 plus 3 and 3 plus -2? So I want you to look at both of these number lines, and I want you to write something in the comments to answer this question. What can we say about the sum of -2 plus 3 and 3 plus -2? Does order matter when adding numbers? Why or why not? So tell us what you know. Explain your answer to answer this question right here in the comments. Okay, and I'm going to stop the video here and make a third recording for our